Hello and welcome to this week's Mythruna Monday video, where I pick a topic on Mythruna and talk about it for a few minutes. In this week's video we're going to be talking about the passage of time and how that relates to Mythruna as far as years, months, days, and phases of the moon and so on. In single player you can actually control the time. If you hit T you can bring up the time debug view, which allows you to pause time, run forward the years, months, days, and so on. Currently I have it set at 12:23, but I can run the time forward and backwards. As usual with time, if you watch, the sun will rise and set with the so if we run time forward, we can see the sun set, we can see the sun go overhead, and we can see the moon. Now with the moon visible, we ought to be able to see the different phases of the moon. So if we change the day, we can see it go through its phases. Of course, it's going to run behind the house there. So you can see different phase cycles of the moon. I think there are 25 moon cycle days. In Mythruna, a week is 7 days, a month is 4 weeks, and a year is 4 months. So if we ran the months forward, we could see that it shouldn't let us go beyond 4, because that increases the year. But this interface actually lets you do some strange things. So you can actually increment it to 5, but then if you resume time, it'll snap you back to 1 and move you to the next year. So basically there's no constraints on what you put in here unless the world is resumed. For example, similarly, if while paused you ran time forward to midnight, it will let you run around, and it will let you run around to the 24-hour block, but if you resume, it's going to flip you back around to 0. And it works the same backwards. If you're paused and you try to go, it'll go negative until you resume, and then it'll put you in the previous day. So you can see a Mythruna minute lasts 1 second in our Earth time, and so an hour would be a full minute of our time, 60 seconds. And so a day then is 24 minutes because it's 24 hours, and so on. Because a year has 4 months in it. Each month corresponds to a specific season. And so the months are actually named after the seasons, and there's no user interface that shows that yet, but there are month names in Mythruna. If you look up at the upper right here in the debug settings, you can actually see the year and the month and the day similar to what you see here. And this is true even in the multiplayer version. If you're on a server, it will tell you the time of day and the year and the month and the day. Eventually it will show you the name of the month up here too, or there will be some other way to get the current date and time, because this debug view won't always be up there by default. And that's basically the passage of time, the phases of the moon, and so on. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you have any ideas for future Mythruna Monday videos, please leave them as a comment. Thanks for watching.